Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your HYPOXiX coach for today, and we have level 4.2 standing split pull, meaning we're going to be standing facing our tether point, and I'm going to pull my red band, my medium band, to begin to optimize this exercise. If you're working with a HYPOXiX coach and they've suggested some other resistance for you or sets or reps based on your assessment, of course you want to follow that because that's there to optimize your program. Otherwise, this is a perfect starting place, so let us begin. Starting with our stride length, we're always a 4-foot stride length. Let's be on the same foot together. So we're going to be 4-foot stride length, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, after you create that 4-foot stride length, you're going to hinge forward. You want to make sure there's always tension on the band. So you want to start at about like 125% the length of the band, approximately, so that you check it out. So you always have resistance. Now we're adding in our 2 beat breath retentions today at the conclusion of our 8-second exhale. That's what 4.2 is. Always loosen your ab ribbon on the engaged exhale. Keep it loose on every breath retention and only pause the movement on the engaged inhale. So here's what the movement looks like. We're hinging, we're here, and we're upright. You're hinging from the hip, so there's no movement in the low back. Sometimes I cue, put a hand on your low back at first just to make sure that the movement's coming from the hip joint and not from your low back as you go through this movement. Now here, let's get specific with the front foot. That left foot, the weight is on the big toe and the inner heel. Your knee is stacked over your ankle, nice and perpendicular with that lower leg bone to the ground, but it's simultaneously shooting a laser over your third toe. It's not here, but it's right in the center here. Now ground resistance, when you hear me cue that, it means pull your front foot back toward your back foot as hard as you can. So if the floor is slippery, that foot would pull back like that. Feel it out. Ground resistance, tons of hamstrings and glutes on that front leg. This is how to optimize that standing split, that split squat, that lunge, okay? Now here, the gaze is incredibly specific. We're working the muscles of our eyeballs, our visual field, our nervous system, our cognition. So we're gonna stare at the knee. It's a fixed point gaze when we're in the hinge position, also checking out our joint mechanics, making sure the knee's over that, shooting a laser over the third toe. Then when I come upright, I'm finding 2 panoramic points, a point on the left and a point on the right. Find them now. Find them every single time you come to the upright position. Challenging the visual field is so important for eye health, for brain health. So do that. Ranging, we're here, fixed point, and then we're panorama. Now, the weight is on the third toe of the back foot, but there's not a lot of weight there. You want to imagine there's always 80% of your body weight on the front foot, whether you're hinged or whether you're upright. Lastly, make sure the right side of the ab ribbon doesn't fall below the left side of the ab ribbon to get that knee toward the ground. In fact, even if you need to start just here to keep the pelvis nice and level and stable, that's perfect. And then as you progress and get stronger, you can bring the back knee closer to the ground. Okay, that's it. If it's your first time, I know it's a lot of information, so I want you to focus on staying connected to your breath and staying connected to your ab ribbon. Over time, you're going to add on those other layers to become more masterful and skilled at this exercise as you become more advanced. So let's practice ground resistance, big toe, inner heel, knee stacked, shooting a laser over the third toe, head is back. Let's take it from our zip up posture prep. Inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Loosen your ribbon. You're holding 1, 2. Pause. Inhale. Inhale. Hold your breath for 1, 2. Panorama. Inhale. Inhale. Loosen your ribbon. You're holding 1, 2, and finished. I know, that's intense. Now, rest 15 to 30 seconds, then it's time to repeat it on the other side. So you can either rewind the video about 60 seconds so we can perform it together, or once you're no longer a beginner, you can take it on your own. I would put a metronome on your phone just to make sure that you stay true to that 2-second inhale and that 8-second exhale. Loosening your ab ribbon around the waist on the 8-second exhale and keeping it tense and tight on the engaged inhale.